Somewhere up in the very top corner of Malaysia, there's a state so small you might miss it. Blink and it's gone. It's the smallest state in the whole country. It has its own king, its mangoes are legendary, and it only exists because once upon a time, it broke away from its giant neighbor. In the last episode, we met Kedah, Malaysia's oldest kingdom. This time, made the little piece that split off and made its own way. This is the story of Perlis. Let's get the headline out of the way. Perlis is tiny. It's the smallest state in Malaysia by far. You can drive across the whole thing in well under an hour. But don't let the size fool you. Perlis sits right on the border with Thailand, wedged between Kedah and the sea. And that little strip of land has a surprisingly dramatic origin story. For most of its history, Perlis wasn't a separate place at all. It was simply part of Kedah. So how did a corner of Kedah become a kingdom of its own? For that, we need a family drama, a powerful empire, and one very clever man. Remember the Kedah episode? The powerful kingdom of Siam to the north kept trying to control Kedah. Well, in the early 1800s, that pressure boiled over. Siam invaded Kedah and the Sultan was forced to flee. It was a turbulent, painful time. Kedah's rulers fought for years to win back their land, and in the middle of all this upheaval, one local leader stood out. A respected figure of Arab descent named Sheikh Hussein Jamalullail. His family had earned great respect in the region, and as Siam reshaped the map to keep control, they made a fateful decision about this small district called Perlis. In 1842, Siam decided to separate Perlis from Kedah, making it its own distinct principality, no longer part of its bigger neighbor, a brand new little state drawn onto the map. And to rule this new state, Sheikh Hussein Jamalullail's son, Sheikh Hussein's family line, was installed at the top. His descendant became the first Raja of Perlis. And here's the lovely little detail that makes Perlis unique. Most Malaysian states are ruled by a sultan, but Perlis is ruled by a Raja, a different royal title. And its royal family, the Jamalullail dynasty, traces its ancestry to Arab lineage, all the way back to the family of Prophet Muhammad. So this tiny state didn't just get independence from Kedah, it got its own distinct royal identity, one it still carries proudly today. But being a tiny state between big powers is never easy. For decades, Perlis remained under the influence of Siam, a small kingdom paying its respects to a much larger one to survive. Then in 1909, the big powers made a deal over Perlis's head. In a treaty between Britain and Siam, control over Perlis, along with Kedah, Kelantan and Terengganu, was transferred from Siam to the British. And just like its neighbours, Perlis got a British advisor and was pulled into the British sphere. Through Siamese overlords and British advisors, the little state held onto its identity and its Raja the whole way through. Now let's talk about what Perlis is truly famous for today, because for such a small state, it punches way above its weight. First, rice. Like Kedah, Perlis is covered in beautiful paddy fields, helping feed the whole nation. But its true superstar, the harum manis mango. Grown in Perlis, this mango is so sweet, so fragrant, and so beloved that people across Malaysia will pay premium prices and drive for hours just to get their hands on the real thing. It is, quite possibly, one of the most famous fruits in the country. Perlis is also home to a famous snake and reptile farm, and to Malaysia's oldest recorded cave and beautiful limestone hills. Small on the map, but absolutely packed with character. And in 1957, the smallest of states with its own Raja, its Arab descendant royal line, and its world-famous mangoes joined the others to form independent Malaya and then Malaysia. Its capital is Kangar and its royal town is Arau. Proof once and for all that in Malaysia, it's never about the size of the state, it's about the size of the story. So that's Perlis, the smallest state in Malaysia, a piece of Kedah that broke away, earned its own king, and grew the sweetest mangoes in the land. Never underestimate the little guy. See you at the next story.